All right, let's dive in. We're going to be talking about something called the Automated Ethics Chronotope. Yeah, I know, it's a bit of a mouthful, but the idea behind it is actually pretty simple. And honestly, it's incredibly powerful. Just imagine, what if you could build a simulator for your biggest regrets? A way to safely relive and maybe even reshape the toughest decisions you've ever had to make.
Some decisions, they aren't just small mistakes. They can lead to absolute catastrophic failure. The kind of thing that just haunts you for years, right? It leaves you constantly wondering, where did it all go so wrong?
But what if you could actually go back? What if you had a real chance to revisit that one single pivotal moment, not just in your head, but in a completely immersive simulation? What would you do differently? That's the exact question we're digging into today.
So, our story begins with a disaster. We're about to step into a simulation of a huge decision that was made 5 years ago, the rollout of a new AI system. And this was a choice that had these unforeseen, just devastating consequences for thousands of people, and the company itself. And look, this isn't some video game. It's a serious deep dive into professional and moral accountability.
But before we can go back to the past, the journey actually has to start right here, in the present. This space you're seeing is called the Launchpad, and it's been meticulously designed to be a clean slate, a place to get you ready for the really difficult reflection that's coming. You start out in this sleek, minimalist loft, and the design here is completely intentional. This sterile, hyper-realistic look isn't just for show. It's engineered to make you feel totally immersed, to create this deep, genuine sense of presence. It's basically a neutral starting point before you have to confront a really chaotic past. And that feeling of presence, it actually has a name: embodiment. It's that absolutely crucial sensation of being physically there. It's what allows you to interact organically, based on your own choices, not some pre-programmed script. For any of this to work, it has to feel 100% real. But here's the thing. This isn't just a static room. It's an intelligent environment. As you move around, you might notice subtle things, like the ambient light shifting color or getting brighter. Well, those are actually cues that your biometric data is being captured and recorded. The system is, in a very real way, learning who you are. So, how do you get from this very calm present to that chaotic past? Well, you don't go alone. You're given a guide for the journey and a portal to your own memory. First up, you meet PSI, your personalized system interface. Now, this isn't some clunky chatbot. As you can see, it's an abstract, intelligent avatar, and it's designed to be your digital confidant. It observes you, it interacts with you, and its personality is actually shaped by you, creating this really unique personal connection. With PSI as your guide, you walk up to this holographic data display. When you activate it, it triggers the portal. You'll see this visual wave, almost like a digital glitch, wash over you. But that's not a mistake. That's your ride. You are literally being teleported into a synthetic recreation of that critical moment from your past. And just like that, you're there. You're no longer in that calm, quiet loft. You are now in the tense, pressurized environment of the control hub 5 years ago. This is the memory space. This is where it all happened. And the contrast is, it's jarring. You've gone from a calm, reflective space that's made for quiet thought to this data-heavy, critical environment that's built for immediate, high-stakes action. The whole atmosphere is designed to throw you right back into that stressful, decision-making mindset you were in back then. And there it is, on a terminal right in front of you. The choice is laid bare. Option A, you can optimize the new AI for pure profit. That means massive short-term gains, but it also means significant layoffs. Or there's option B, optimize for human retention. You prioritize your employees, but you have to accept a much slower rollout. So what do you choose this time? And as you're thinking it over, the environment itself responds to you. Based on your biometrics, your hesitation, your stress levels, the world around you actually changes. The calm hum of the servers might suddenly erupt into a series of frantic digital warnings. The system knows how heavy this choice is, and it's reflecting your own emotional state right back at you. And if you start to lean towards that profit-driven decision, the one that was made in the real world, the environment makes the consequences visceral. Screens start flashing with data, showing you exactly what that choice means in human terms. 4,782 termination notices generated. But okay, let's say this time you choose differently. You go with option B, human retention. What happens when you go back to the present? Well, this is what the source material calls the consequence loop. You're back in the loft. But first, just remember what it was like when you started, okay? The lighting was this calm, neutral blue. The holographic display was idle, the newsfeed was totally blank. It was just a static, sterile space waiting for something to happen. But now, after you've made the more ethical choice in the past, the present you return to has fundamentally changed. The ambient light is now a steady, stable green. The holographic display is showing positive market data. And get this, the newsfeed is reporting on the company's successful human-centric pivot. The whole environment is different because you changed the past.
The takeaway here is pretty profound when you think about it. It shows that time isn't just this fixed, unchangeable thing. It's developmental. The choices you make, even when revisiting a memory, can literally reshape your present reality.
So what's the whole point of this incredibly complex technology? I mean, why does building an experience like this even matter for the future of business and leadership?
It really comes down to this. What we've been exploring is, for all intents and purposes, a flight simulator. But instead of training pilots on how to handle engine failure, it trains leaders on how to handle their toughest moral and ethical decisions. It lets them experience the full weight of the consequences in a safe, reflective space. And that kind of leaves us with one last thought, doesn't it? If you had a tool like this, a moral simulator for your own life, what critical decision would you want to revisit? What choice would you want a second chance to make?